Now that you have a basic working configuration for OPNsense, you really should create a backup. This backup will be your lifeline. It will let you recover from any mistakes. Regular backups are a key part of OPNsense maintenance. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to do just that. Open a browser on your test PC and navigate to the OPNsense web interface. Bypass any security warnings and log in as root. Once you're logged in, go to System, Configuration, and Backups. This page will allow you to save copies of your current configuration and restore them. So the first option is used to automatically generate snapshots. Every time you make a change to your configuration, a copy of your previous configuration will be saved locally on the device. That way, if you ever want to undo a change, you can do so easily. Just enter the number of copies you wish to keep. A larger number creates more copies, allowing you to roll back further, but it will also consume more hard disk space. Choose whatever number you want. 10 is probably a good minimum, but you can go higher if you have the space. I won't demonstrate how to actually roll anything back, but once you've enabled this feature and you start modifying your settings, you can view the results at System, Configuration, History. Snapshots can help you recover from minor recent issues, but they will not protect you from file corruption or a hard drive crash. For that, you need to store a backup externally, like on a USB drive or in the cloud. That is what this next option is for. You can use it to download a copy of your current configuration and save it as an XML file. Just click on Download Configuration, then enter a file name. The default name is config-OPNsense-hostname-timestamp.xml. This is descriptive and useful, especially if you manage multiple OPNsense machines. For this demo, I'm just going to call it Backup 1. Notice that this is really just a text file, making it very easy to understand. You can view the contents with a text editor, manually edit fields if you know what you're doing, and even use a text diff tool to quickly compare multiple versions. If you're going to store these backups on a USB drive, that's probably fine. However, if you intend to upload them to the cloud, like on Google Drive, OneDrive, or Dropbox, this could be a problem. As you saw, your configuration files are in plain text, and they contain potentially sensitive information, like hashed passwords and network configurations. If someone were able to gain access to an unencrypted copy, they might be able to compromise your OPNsense machine or network. To mitigate this risk, we have an option that can encrypt your configuration files. Simply check Encrypt this configuration file, and then enter a strong password. You must remember this password because you'll need to enter it later to restore the configuration. Always be sure to store your backups in a secure manner. If you plan to keep them on an external drive, then unencrypted is probably fine. But if you're storing these on someone else's server, you definitely should encrypt them. The other option here is do not backup RRD data. RRD stands for round robin data, which is the format that OPNsense uses to store system metrics, like CPU utilization and network activity. These metrics are not necessary for OPNsense's functionality, so by default, they're not included in your configuration backup. If for some reason you want to save them, you can uncheck this box. Be aware that including RRD data will significantly increase the file size of your backup file. To restore a configuration, select your backup file using the File Upload field. Then click on Restore Configuration. I won't actually perform a restore here, as it wouldn't demonstrate anything visually. The Restore section has several advanced settings you should probably ignore. Restore Areas allows you to choose which portions of your saved configuration that you wish to restore. However, doing partial restores is very risky. Unless you know exactly what you're doing, stick to full restores. You should also leave the remaining settings alone, except for the last. You must click on Configuration File is encrypted if you're trying to restore an encrypted backup. It will then prompt you for the password, and hopefully you remember it. If you forget, there's no way to recover or reset it, so be extremely careful. My screen also includes an option to automatically save backups directly to Google Drive. However, according to the OPNsense website, this functionality is being deprecated soon. By the time you view this course, it may already be removed, or maybe they'll move it to a separate plugin. And because of that, I'm not going to demonstrate this feature. So, in summary, it's important to create regular backups. I would create a manual backup before making any changes to your configuration. You also need to make sure that you're storing some of your backups off-site, not on the OPNsense machine itself. This will come in handy if your drive is ever damaged or if the machine is lost. It will also make replacing or upgrading your OPNsense machine much easier.